Hey, you. You're finally awake.
Todd Howard and Bethesda have done it again. Oh. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Smoothest fingers in the gaming industry back here. Todd Howard and Bethesda have done it again. They've done it again. Now, my video is late. Like, it's extremely late. I know. I haven't had as much time to play the game and review it, watch it, critique it like I used to have back in the day. And that'll change with, upcoming, setup getting done, life getting back on track to what, the schedule used to be with gaming and all the videos and stuff. I'm getting back there. I'll get there. But right now, what we're going to talk about is Starfield. Starfield. Now, I have put 25 hours into this game, and I have watched and played combined about 40 hours of this. So I feel like I'm able to make an impression video. Usually I don't make impressions videos until I've played 20 hours of it, or I've watched and played 20 hours of it. This game is massive, so I'm going to talk about Starfield just more extensively than I've done in any other video. This game is fucking massive, bro. This game is huge. This game is just disgusting, bro. I swear, it's like every time I walk past a different NPC, I have 4 different missions to do. And I'm like, I just want to do the main quest first, because I know that people are telling me that the main quest should be done first. And in every other Bethesda game that I played, I never do the main quest first. I just want to do it this way this time. But man, I want to go save this person from somewhere over there across the galaxy, but I gotta do this, and then there's this, and there's this ship over here I want to build, and I want to put an outpost here. I don't know. It's giving me a headache. I can't take it, man. There's so much stuff going on in this game that, to me, it gives me a headache. It really does sometimes. It's so much going on, and then the main story is like, you think it's gonna go one way, and then it completely shifts. Now, I understand this game is not Baldur's Gate 3. It is not the peak of RPGs. I get it. There are always better options when it comes to true RPG game elements. But let's not get it twisted here, fellas and ladies and gentlemen. Bethesda is not just good at making a great or a decent RPG with different options, abilities, and stuff. They're good at making you immersed in the world, and I feel like nobody does that better than Bethesda and Rockstar Games. You cannot tell me with honest eyes that you've played a game more immersive than a game like Skyrim and a game like Grand Theft Auto. That when you're in these games, or I'll even say Red Dead Redemption 2, that when you're in these games, you feel like you're in the world. And I feel the exact same with Starfield. Yes, Starfield has its shortcomings. Yes, the map is terrible. My gosh. Whoever designed the maps in this game, like the mini map and all that, God, you're done. You're cooked. Get out. You gotta go, bro. Yes, the loading screens are annoying. Even though they're not very long, they are annoying. They are immersion breaking. Yes, not being able to fly to planets and stuff of this nature is a little bit disappointing, but you guys are just nitpicking to nitpick, bro. That's the thing about gaming culture nowadays. I come from the generation where, like, if the game just worked and it was fun, that's all we cared about. That's literally all we used to care about. I remember playing Skyrim on PS3, Fallout New Vegas, all these games. They were so buggy, bro. Like there would be times where like your saves wouldn't work, and you still had so much fun that you would go back through and play the game and do it again just because you had so much fun. Does anybody remember how broken Modern Warfare 2, not this new bullshit, but the old Modern Warfare 2 was? Does anybody remember some of these games that were on the Wii that were just like, just annoying to deal with? Like Zelda, I think it was Skyward Sword, maybe it wasn't, I don't know which one it was, but like you had to swing around the nunchuck and you had to like swing it. It was just so annoying, but like the game was still kind of fun, so you just dealt with it. Does anybody remember this? Because the drama with Starfield, and that's pretty much what this video is going to be about, all because a game comes out and it's hyped, doesn't mean it has to be game of the year. So if this is the notion that we're going to take with every video game, what is the point in putting out games pretty frequently? And I'm not saying that we shouldn't strive for greatness. We should always strive for greatness. Games and developers should strive to try and get that game of the year. I like that they're doing that. Like why make a video game other than when it's fun, if not to compete? Healthy competition is competition. But gentlemen, ladies, not every game's going to be game of the year. When God of War and Red Dead were duking it out, I said, I'm going to leave out of this. I personally think Red Dead's the game of the year, but I wouldn't mind if God of War was the game of the year. I meant it. I really did mean that I really wouldn't care. So in that notion, does that make Red Dead a failure? Does that make God of War a failure if it didn't get it? Does that make any other game who hasn't gotten Game of the Year a failure? No, it doesn't. That's not what these things mean. They are here because they're fun and enjoyable to play. And Bethesda actually making Starfield a finished product is something we should be commending, not knocking. This game does not feel like other Bethesda titles where it's like it's going to be a few months until the game's finished. No, this game is finished. Yes, there are add-ons that need to happen. This is not a Cyberpunk thing where we're like, man, this game is going to be really what we want it to be for a few years. No, I could play Starfield in its current way with no mods, no nothing, for hundreds of hours and have fun with the game. Lord, have mercy on my soul when they add mods, when they fix the mini-map, when they give us more DLC and all that. This game's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be one of the best games I've ever played. But this whole, dude, I mean, it's just been nothing but me seeing people bitch and complain about a video game that is not by any means even average at best. It is a really good, solid game. And I get it, it's Bethesda. The standard that Bethesda has set, yes, we're comparing them to themselves. I get it. I'm the same way. I compare games that are sequels or games that have been made by developers to be, you know, are you improving on what you've already done? And with Bethesda, do I feel like they've taken that next step and that next leap with their game? Somewhat. I feel like they've improved in areas and lacked in others where, you know, the facial animations aren't good, but the voice acting's gotten better. They definitely have gotten a little bit better with the graphics. Graphics aren't, you know, blow me out of the water, but God, man, graphics don't make a video game. As long as they're good, they're doable, they make sense, they're consistent for the most part. Who cares? And this game looks great on pretty much everything but like rocks and leaves and people's close-up face indoors. I mean, that, or outside, sorry. Like that's really it. And like, come on, man. Like, this game is too big to be nitpicking over things like that. But I do get it. If you're going to critique a video, you're going to critique a game, you're going to critique something, you need to, you know, add those in. And I get it. And that's what I'm here to do. But what I'm stating here is, as a guy who doesn't like SJW stuff, who doesn't like political things, who does not in any way, shape, or anything believe that there's a difference in genders, there's only male and female, God created the male and female. I get it, I do understand, but is it really that big of a deal? One, it's a fucking video game, yo. If Starfield wants to say that in their world there are binaries and non-binaries and different genders, they can fucking do that because it's a video game, it's a fictional world. I mean, it's that simple. It's a fictional fucking world. It's like in Cyberpunk, bro. The thing is that there are transgenders in the game. There is. Like, that's what Cyberpunk is about. Nobody bitched about it back then. Granted, we didn't have the option to really go deep into that, which, I mean, I guess kept them out of the political loop. Cyberpunk had far more issues than that. But who the fuck cares? It's fictional. Now, if the game were to be a World War II simulation and claim to be accurately historical or historically accurate, then yes, I would understand that. But it's fucking Starfield, bro. In thousands of years, let's say, you know, if I wasn't a Christian and believed that science and space was the next step, and thousands of years from now or hundreds of years from now, you know, civilization developed and there's different technology. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely possible that you could fuck with genders and stuff. I mean, they're doing it right now, right? So what in the notion of one little screen title or one little thing blows up is beyond me. And let me also state this, because I have pretty much like kind of the same name as the guy who did this. The guy's name AZ, all guy who went on a tantrum and threw a hissy fit over this. One, you're a grown-ass man. All right, let me just make that very clear. You a grown-ass man who's complaining about political agendas. You're never going to get your fucking message across if you keep bitching about things and yelling and screaming at them consistently. It's one thing to yell and scream at them for righteous reasons and to really go into them. But for you to throw a literal temper tantrum for one selection and an option, dog, like that's not no grown man stuff, bro. And I'm not here to play righteous vindicator because I rage and slam controllers and get mad at things. I get it. I am not any better and not any holier than the next person. But come on, man, if you're going to make something that stands out and means something, you got to come at it from a logical standpoint and try to control your emotions just a little bit. I don't know. Maybe we're living in a day and age where that's just acceptable because, you know, we're playing video games. I do understand a little bit. You know, I am a big proponent of pushing that forward. But come on, man, like when we sit down and we do patient reviews, I'm not kicking and screaming, or I'm not just logging into a game and getting to scream screaming and stuff because I seen he or him. I'm like, yo, I don't agree with that, but whatever. It's a video game. Move past it. It's beyond me. And because this guy's name is AZ, I have to speak out about that because I'm also, even though my name is not technically AZ, my gaming name is not that AZ, I don't want people getting this mixed up with me. I love geeks and gamers. I love all of them. We can have different viewpoints, and me and AZ can disagree. I understand. You know, I rage about things that he may think is dumb, but I think that was a little babyish. And by little, I mean that was a lot babyish. If a man was to come up to me and start kicking and screaming about how he didn't get a sandwich with a tomato on it or some shit like that, or a decision that really didn't weigh on the consequence of the game, I'm gonna look at him and just pretty much laugh. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You gotta work on that, man. Golly. All right, moving on, and let's preface this. Do I think Starfield is a good game? Yes. Do I think it is the best Bethesda game ever? No, but it has a chance to get there. Now, I'm a little biased. I like sci-fi, spacey, exploration type of games. I like games with good combat. I like games with good narratives, and I like games with good stories. That checks all the boxes for me. I mean, that's really it. And customization can go in there. You can put that in there as well. That's really it. I'm not asking for too much, man. I've been in this gaming scene for a long time. No matter how complex and great games get, I still have the same simple foundation on whether or not a game is good. Now, calling a game the greatest game of the generation, or calling it the console seller, or calling it Bethesda's best work, those are things that take it to another level that I'll cover in a review. I've had a very, very fun time playing with it. The photo mode is good. The story is kind of slow to begin with. I see what people were talking about with the story being slow, but it picks up and it does get better. I think, you know, where you have to go and how it leads you to get there is more so like Elden Ring, where it won't tell you how to go somewhere. It'll let you kind of figure it out, but it does give you some notions on how to get there. It does tell you how to get there. The notion of people saying that there's too much fast travel and stuff of that nature, yo, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about with that. I'm gonna let you guys know right now. If you don't want to fast travel, just don't fucking do it. Just don't do it. It's so easy. If you want the game to be more immersive, for me, like the first few hours of the game, I wanted it to be like really immersive. So every time I would like leave a planet, I would get in the ship, like walk into the ship, walk to the cockpit, get in the cockpit, fly out of the spaceship, or do the, you know, the cutscene that takes me out of the world, be in the world. I would actually fly around space for a little bit to give it the simulation that I was flying in space, go to the next place that I had to go out there, fly around a little bit, venture out there, then go into the city, get out of the cockpit, then walk down and walk out. That's immersive. I have made the game immersive for myself as much as possible. But then you have people saying, oh, there's too much fast travel. Why would you do that when you can just fast travel? Because there's moments that when I'm playing the game, I don't have 6 hours to play. So I want to play for a few hours. So I'm just fast travel to get a couple things done really quickly that I want to do. It's an option. Like, who bitches about having more options in games? Imagine they just didn't put fast travel in this game. You just had to like find a way and fly everywhere. Dude, what's like No Man's Sky even has fast travel, bro. Like, what are they even saying? Like, I don't know. And as a guy who loves No Man's Sky, I do get the space exploration part isn't in depth as it should be. But No Man's Sky isn't as in depth with storylines and dialogue as this game is. You have to give something up to get something. It's video games, bro. It's not infinite. You know, like, it's not an infinite game. People act like No Man's Sky launched like how it is right now. Like, it's not how it works, bro. Starfield is in such a much better state than how No Man's Sky launched. And I love No Man's Sky, but like, come on, guys. Let's get right here. As you can tell, the last few weeks with Starfield has just been just an absolute roller coaster. If you're watching this video, you probably already know. It's been just nuts, and I'm coming in here with some hot takes, right? You know, Agman did his hot takes and what's going crazy and all that, but you know me, man, I am not going to be silenced, and I do not hold my tongue for anything. Again, I don't want to sit here and be misunderstood, and I don't want to sit here and be unsympathetic or insympathetic, whatever the word is, to people's causes and people's understandings. I do want to listen to them, but at a core philosophy of a video game, what makes a video game good is not whether or not there are pronouns in a video game. What makes a good video game is not whether or not there are too many options or too less of options. What makes a good video game is that when you log on, you play the game, do you feel immersed? Do you feel like you're having fun? And do you feel like the game was worth your time for the most part? And was it relatively bug-free? And that checks all the boxes for me. It's that simple. Moral of the story, I do recommend playing Starfield. If you haven't yet, you should definitely pick it up. I am not going to review this game and give it a rate or say how much I'm playing this game or how much I'm enjoying the game. I'm not going to do that yet. I've made that mistake in the past. This is just my impressions for the time being that the game is out, and I'm sure that when the patient review comes out sometime soon, I will have much more to say about the game. So before you get triggered in the comment section, if you stayed this far, I hope you have a wonderful day. Yo, like, come on, for real, bro. Like, we really get mad because there's a pronoun that doesn't, like, exist for, like, 5 seconds on the screen? Is that the standard by which we're judging video games? Like, I get it. I understand. It's an issue. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. AZ. Come on, bro. Like, for real, we got to do that?